everyone. Welcome back to Coffee with the Consultant. My name's Stephanie Essex, and I'm a social emotional consultant at the Starfish Academy at the Florida Center for Early Childhood. And today I'm bringing you parenting tips and tricks that you can listen to in the time it takes to have a cup of coffee. And I have a very special guest today, and you might recognize my special guest. Hi, Yang. How are you?
Hi, how's everyone doing? I miss you guys so much. And I
So
miss you, Stephanie.
I missed you too, and I'm happy to have you back. And today, Yang and I want to talk a little bit about how to help your child transition from the holiday season back to their regular schedule. And we want to talk about supports in that. And I just wanted to say a little bit about holiday season. You know, a lot of kids, they get a little bit overwhelmed during the holiday season. They can get kind of more emotional. You see more meltdowns because really it's very overstimulating the holidays. There's a lot of bright lights. We're excited about presents and Elf on the Shelf and Santa, and we're having more sugar. We're having hot cocos and sweets, and our bedtime is off. So a lot of times kids have a hard time processing that all. And so we get really excited. And so when we come back down from that, we see other behaviors. And so Yang and I have kind of been talking about what is helpful to support these kids as they transition back to their regular schedule. So Yang had some thoughts about that.
Yeah, so how I started, I did talk about my baby a lot when I was a social emotional consultant. So now she's 16 months, she's a toddler, and I was home with her for the whole 2 weeks, and our schedule changed so much. She had later bedtimes and when I had to go back to work, basically I just really did baby steps with her. Like I kind of did, one night I would have her go to sleep, instead of having her staying up late, I kind of just changed it from like maybe so it was 8 o'clock. And so I would put her to bed at 7:50. And then the following day I would do 7:45, just to have her getting used to that structured routine again. And so, continue to tell your kiddos like, hey, this is what we're going to be doing. Telling them beforehand. You can even draw it out on a poster just to show them, hey, this is what we're going to be doing. Starting the new year or starting on Monday. So
Yeah, that's great. Like getting back into that regular routine because you at home and at school there's different routines when we're back to normal again. And so
mhm.
sometimes that can be
And
hard
can I
to
tell
do.
you, she did, yeah, she did great too. She did great with us just going back to the routine. She didn't have any issues with going back to her babysitters either.
Oh, that's excellent. That's really good to hear.
Mhm.
I know that I've been seeing some separation anxiety, and that's been, you know, a challenge for these kids because they do really well with the routine, and then they're got, it's been a couple of weeks, and we've been in the holiday season, and so now we're back to being really close and lovey with our parents, and so it's hard again to separate. So just as a reminder, if you have your little rituals for separation or your transitional items, definitely remember to like bring those back in because the kids need it as a support to help them to get back into school, get back into that routine so that they can feel less anxious, more secure. And I think that that's really helpful. Um, I don't know if you have any other thoughts about suggestions for parents, things that they can do.
Yeah. And that's kind of just piggybacking on what I was, what you were just saying about, like the separation anxiety. You guys could do activities together. And again, I always bring up mindfulness because I feel like mindfulness is just so helpful for our kids. Instead of having them, when you're telling them, hey, you need take a deep breath, do this, do that, do it with them. So at least that's how you guys are connecting with one another, and this could be something that you guys can do together as a family, just doing that mindful breathing.
Yeah. And I wonder if they could even do it in the car on the way to
Yeah.
school, Yang.
Oh yeah,
Like
definitely.
just let's practice our breathing and get our bodies calm
Mhm.
before we have to like go back and be
Mhm.
back part of that routine again.
Yes, correct.
And I think last, I just want to mention that, the kids seem like they're really out of control and that can feel overwhelming for you as parents. But just remember that, you know, you are their safe place and their calm spot. So taking a few deep breaths for yourself can be really helpful. And just remember that they're going through an adjustment period and things will get better. And they're working so hard throughout the day just to get back into the routine and again, hold it together, be a good friend, listen to their teacher. So, they're going through a tough time and they just need you to be their secure base to hold them and fill their cup when they come home. So well, I'm so happy Yang's here. This has been amazing. I do have to tell you, Yang, that our new social emotional consultant, Michelle Duss, is going to be joining me and we're going to be doing coffee with a consultant together.
Awesome. That's amazing.
Yeah, it's going to be excellent. So next week, it'll be Michelle and I, and we'll be bringing you more tips and tricks. And hopefully, Yang, you can come back again for another guest appearance.
Yes, of course. You never know.
Yep. Well, bye, everybody. Thanks for coming. We'll see you soon.